Hi, welcome to Let's Stamp with Phyllis. Today we're going to work on this congratulations card, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and really this is going to be one of those quick cards that you can turn to in a flash when you need something. And quite frankly, you could make these in advance and then just stamp whatever greeting that you need. But let me just show you how easy this is to make. So first of all, we're going to start with our cut and ready card bases. They come in very vanilla. They also come in Whisper White, and there are several different other colors that they come in. There's also an assorted pack of the 2013-2015 in colors, as well as the 2014-2016 in colors. Oh my gosh, I got it. I have to take a breath because that was a lot to say in one little phrase. So what I'm going to do is pull out one of my card bases. They are already scored, so we're going to go ahead and take our bone folder, and what I do is I just line it up in this corner and then just go ahead and score it, and I'm ready, burnish it with my bone folder. Holy cow. Okay, now I have some Designer Series paper. I just wanted to see what was on the other side because I forgot. This is called Flashback, and I cut this at 5.5 inches by 2.5 inches, and I'm going to mount that on the bottom, and I'm just going to use my fast fuse, and I'm just going to give you a couple little tips and tricks about fast fuse. It is more it sticks better than our snail. I know that there's probably a more eloquent way I could say that, but I'm not eloquent, so it sticks better. And what you want to do is you just want to come down, and if you see there's nothing there, what you do when that happens, you see how you have, do you remember back in the day we had snail, we used to say, I know this is really gross, but it was like snail boogers. This does create that, but I just want to go ahead and get the adhesive to that roller point. I'm going to come straight down and then click it. That snapping gives you a nice crisp snap with your adhesive, and yep, it's there. And now I'm just going to come down and do the same thing and snip. And you don't have to press hard. Sometimes when we don't get the adhesive coming out, we have a tendency to press harder. You can press as hard as you want till like the muscles in your arms bulge out. It's not going to help. And so just come down, snap, down, and snap. If you don't do that snapping movement, you're going to have to take your finger like I did at the very first one. I wanted to show you what happens when you roll it. Nothing happens. You just want to take your finger and roll it, and you'll see the adhesive, and then you're good to go. So, sorry. Okay, now I'm just going to mount this at the bottom, and you'll see there is a little overhang. I really do prefer to leave a little overhang at the beginning. Then I can just go ahead and I can take my, oh, I am so sorry. Woo, allergy. Allergy season. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. And I like that little overhang, so then I can just cut it off with my paper cutter and everything's nice and crisp and even. So I'm just going to leave that for the time being. Okay, this measures again at a half, this measures at 1/2 inch by 5.5, and I'm just going to take some fast fuse and go in the end, in the middle, and at the end. And I'm going to go ahead and do about half and half, half of the Very Vanilla and half of the Designer Series paper. And where I've put that piece of Designer Series paper, it's at 5 1/4, and I'm just going to I just kind of like to line it up with my grid paper. That way I know my card is straight. So let me get this straight, and then I can pull that right up, and now I know my little piece is straight. So next step is, oops, nope, I gotta stamp it. I'm gonna stamp my image with congratulations. And this is from the Bravo set. This is one of the new sets in the new catalog. And check this out. It's a photopolymer set. And you can see which ones I've used. The photopolymer sets are, they are absolutely clear, see-through. And while they come clean, they do stain. They stain especially when you use them with the red inks, Cherry Cobbler, Rich Razzleberry. So even though that's stained, it stamps perfectly. And one of the, I'll share a silly story with you. When I first saw these photopolymer in my first use, I went, oh, they're marked. They're black on one side. What's that mean? It's not clear. And then when I flipped it back and I went, oh, it's clear. So if you have that little moment like me, the black just lets you know where you need to mount them back when you put them away. So, okay, I'm going to take my congratulations and I'm going to stamp that with my basic gray. And I'm going to stamp that and I can see exactly where I'm going. And I stamp it, I hold it a second or two, and then I pop it up and there's my congratulations. I will tell you, I love our photopolymer sets. They're now making them at Stampin' Up! At their facility in Kanab, and they're doing such an awesome job. I'm absolutely thrilled to be a part of an awesome company. Now, I want to go ahead and just wrap some red trim around it. Now, you'll see in the colors in this Designer Series paper, we have Crushed Curry, Real Red, Basic Gray, Pool Party, and of course this is the Crushed Curry. So when I'm using a Designer Series paper, I just pull from the colors that are in the Designer Series paper. It makes life so much easier. Again, it's all about, for me, not thinking. I'm going to take some of my Fast Fuse. Let me turn that. Let me turn it again and make sure there it is. Yep, see? And I'm just going to wrap this around, and I don't care if you can see it right now, because if you remember the sample, we're going to cover it up so it doesn't matter. And just to save ribbon, I'm not even going to cut it until after I wrap it. Oh my gosh! See, if this was a class, they would tell me that I didn't trim that off. So let me get my paper cutter real quick. And I really thought that I had it all together when I started. I had all my stuff out and yeah. Does that ever happen to you? Okay, so I'm going to put in my paper cutter and I'm just going to come all the way down. Now that's cut nice and even. I'm going to move that over there in case I need it again. Now I can take this. This is how it is in my classes too. If you think I'm the perfect stamper, yeah, I am so not. And I'm just gonna snip it there and snip it with my ribbon cutting scissors. Okay, and we are really almost done. Now what I did, and you saw this little piece, these are the Star Framelits. I'm going to have all the product numbers and item numbers linked below to my blog, so you can go ahead and see if you would like to order any of these products. Now, I put this through the Big Shot. These are two of this is the smallest star in the framelit, and this is the next size. I ran it through the Big Shot, and now watch this when I pop it out. Look at that cool frame you get. Is that like too awesome? And then you get another little one. So what I did, because I wanted a contrasting color, I ran it through for a real red one so I could put the real red one in the middle. Now, I went through this whole process of, okay, if I put this here and I put that over it, how am I going to get the dimensionals on there because I want it to pop up? So this is what I figured out. It worked for me. Nobody says what you do is correct or wrong. So let me show you. I took a dimensional on the back and I put it in the middle. And then I took one and I put it at the top. And don't press down too hard because you don't want it to stick on your paper. I put one here on that little arm of the star, and I put one here, okay? So now I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put this right on top. Now I have my star all held together, and I'm going to put my dimensional on the other 2 points. So now that keeps it together. Again, it worked for me. If it works for me, it's going to work for you. I'm just going to take the backs off my dimensionals, and you'll see I use my paper piercer a lot. It's probably one of my absolutely favorite tools. And I'm going to go ahead and put my star here. And there it is. There's your congratulations card. I hope you liked it. I hope you forgive my sneezing, but if you've tuned into other videos, I usually have a cat or two that appears, and did you notice we have no cats? Because it's nap time for the kitties. So I'm going to try to get some videos done, but I know you probably miss them. So thanks for tuning in to Let's Stamp with Phyllis. Please feel free to visit my blog at www.letsstamp.com. And again, thanks for sharing some time with me today. Take care. Bye-bye.